What's going on, dudes? How you guys doing? I am TheeRealDuke, and welcome to this episode of my Infinite Heights Minecraft Survival Multiplayer Try to Get You Paid Let's Play series. How you guys doing? Hope you guys are doing alright. Hope you guys are having a good weekend / had a good weekend, because it's Sunday. Hey. So what I want to do today, I had a couple of questions after my MCMMO blast mining tutorial kind of video that I made a little while back. People have been bugging me about herbalism, and you know, some people think it's really weak. They want to know more about it. They want to know how to level it and grind it, and some of the benefits of actually paying attention to it and using it. So I thought, hey, I'll throw that. I'll throw something together. So I built a couple of things here, and I'm going to explain them to you guys. I'm not going to go crazy in depth into all of herbalism, because it's actually pretty big and there's a lot of different parts to it. There's a lot of numbers, and if you really want to know like all the details and stuff like that about it, I suggest actually checking out the page on GitHub, not the MCMMO wiki, because it skips things like flower pots, which we'll talk about in a second. So I have two MCMMO Herbalism grinders set up here. There are a lot of different ones that you can do. These are my two favorite methods, and I will explain to you why that is. A third method is, which I'll just mention really quickly, is sugarcane. So if you have a large sugarcane farm and you punch the sugarcane, that's a great way to do it. Briefly, if we're talking about experience points, sugarcane gets you 30 XP, I believe, per sugarcane block. So if you have, for example, along the sand here, if you would have a bunch of sugarcane and you punched the middle block, if it was 3 blocks high, you would get the 30 for that, and the 60, and then 30 for the one above it, for a total of 60 for each punch, which is pretty solid. Flowers give you, like this flower here, flowers give you 100 XP, and then mushrooms give you the most XP, which I have here at 150 per break, and that is breaking by punching. You got to physically do the thing, right? So with that in mind, I have these two grinders set up, and I will show you the first one. Now this is the fastest way. So pros are, this is the fastest way to level that I've found. Cons are, another pro is that it's very compact. You can see how expansive this one is, which we'll talk more about that when we get to it. But compact, number 1, pro. Number 2, pro, fastest, or flip-flop those if you want. But cons are, you need to know a little bit of redstone to do it, to set up a clock. Not a lot, but you need to set up a clock. I've set up a rail system to gather everything and put them in this chest, which is optional. And another con is that you need a supply of bone meal to make this work. Right, but basically, here's what it is. This is a dispenser, and it's forcing bone meal into this grass block. Now, when it goes in here, it's going to sprout grass and flowers, right? Which is good. And then we just kind of just move back and forth here, right? I have a vertical clock set to 4 ticks, just to reduce a little bit the waste of bone meal, and then I have this lever hooked up to these power rails over here to have a hopper cart just kind of move along here and drain the cart. So I'm going to turn this on. You can see, right? It's making grass and flowers. So we're just going to hold, I'm just holding down left click, and I'm going back and forth here. And that's it. This is super fast, super easy. Now I don't have the cart, the hopper cart running right now, so everything is just kind of sitting on top there. If I turn on the hopper cart, you can see as it's going around, it's going to collect everything, obviously like a hopper cart does, and then deposit it slowly over time into that chest. Right? Pretty simple. I don't really think it's necessary to do a tutorial on how to set this up. If you're curious, leave me a comment and I will do another video showing you how to set this up really quickly. This will take you 10 minutes and involve no real investment in materials, unless you want to do the rail system underneath, which is going to be a little bit more, but even then, not really that much. I have levers on there. Be a good citizen of your server and include levers to turn off the redstone stuff. so you don't worry about lag too much, right? So I'm just gonna dump all this stuff in there. We did pretty good. Not a big deal. I guess an optimization would be to have the hoppers under here to drain this while it's parked, because I probably don't have enough there. But anyway, so that is a great way to do it. That will get your levels up there pretty quickly. So this is probably my favorite system for setting up a grinder. This setup isn't done in the most efficient way. I've done this because I think it is going to look cool when the build is completed. But pro for this is that you get the maximum amount of XP for herbalism, because mushrooms are the highest XP thing for you to break to get that. Second, you don't need to know any redstone for it. Third, you don't need any bone meal for it. It just kind of runs by itself. It does its own thing. It's a passive system. And all you have to do is run around. So I built mine in a ramp, loop shape, and we just kind of run around. The way it works is, let's go over the cons actually first, because this may be an issue for some people. So con number one, you need mycelium. People gave me mycelium, or were selling it for $3 a block, and you only need 1 block. You grab a silk touch shovel, and then you can spread it, or you don't even need to spread it. You can just connect them, which is what I did with dirt blocks, and waited, and it spread. I bought a single block of mycelium, I put it there, and I connected the rest with the dirt chain, and it just spread. So there's no, you don't really, it's very simple. You know, you only need 1 single block of it. There's an herbalism way. If you have some levels, there is a way called Shroom Thumb to get your own mycelium. So, you know, with a couple stacks of each kind of mushroom, you're good to go. Another con is that it takes up more space than this shape. Now, again, I have mine laid out for visual effects, so it works and will look cool eventually. But you could also coil this around into a tower. Additionally, ideally, you would have more pads than this. So, you know, like a 40 tall high tower, which would be about double this size, you could get a constant supply of mushrooms if you coiled it up and then back down. Very easy to do, very low tech, right? So basically what we're doing is taking advantage of the spread mechanism of the mushroom, and we are creating a very high probability zone. You plant 1 mushroom here, here, there, and there in the corners, and those are the seed mushrooms, and then mushrooms spread. And all you do is run along and break mushrooms that are not one of the seed mushrooms. It's very easy to do. Every time I kind of float by, I just, or I'm in the area, I swing by, do a lap or two, and break the mushrooms that I got growing. Right? It's pretty simple to do. The fact that the mushrooms are placed the way they are in the mycelium, and the way the spread mechanic works, like this arrangement that we have set up here, it enables it to actually reseed itself very rapidly. So that is a huge bonus, and you can see it's already started here. We're already on our way back up, and it's reseeding itself, which is pretty cool. Now, it's not 100% reseeded, but if you doubled this size, by the time you made it back to the bottom, it would be done. It would be full again, and you could just constantly, you can see we're already coming back up here. You can see how quickly they regrow. So, okay, so what do you get out of, like, we're gonna grind, we have the grinder set up, you pick your favorite one, you could just break sugarcane if you feel like it, you know, you just walk around maybe picking flowers all day, whatever you want to do. Okay, what's the point? So, there's 4 basic things, there's more, but 4 basic things that I think are most useful, right? The first, and these are in no particular order, the first is green Terra, the second is green Thumb, the third is a farmer's diet, and the fourth is Hylian luck, right? And so, I guess let's just do green Terra first. So with seeds in your inventory, if you right click with a hoe, I have a diamond hoe because, you know, that's how I roll. If you right click with the diamond hoe, it activates green Terra. With seeds in your inventory, if you left click on any of these 3 blocks, it changes it to the grass version or moss version. So we'll get some mossy cobble, we'll get some mossy stone brick, and we'll turn this to grass, right? So see if we can do it. Piece of cake. Okay. Additionally, triple drops when you harvest things with the hoe. So that's nice. The second part is Green Thumb, and Green Thumb is awesome because it basically replants automatically for you crops with a really high success rate, depending on how high your level is. So you need seeds in your inventory for whatever you want to be replanted, right? So if you're breaking wheat, and it's only for naturally grown wheat, so you plant the seeds and then it grows by itself. It doesn't work on bone meal things, which is why we're over by Adrian's stuff here, right? So basically, you just walk by and just with your hand, you don't need to use a hoe or anything, just... You can see how many just replanted, right? And the higher your level, the higher or further in the growth cycle the replanted things automatically sprout up. So check that out. Is that ridiculous or what? So just from that little bit you saw, I got over a stack of wheat. So, and these are already done. Jeez. So the last two parts worth noting, in my opinion, about herbalism are Highly in Luck and the Farmer's Diet. So the Farmer's Diet is nice because the higher your level is, the more filling simple plant-based foods are. So let's just see here. Farmer's Diet, rank 4, right? So you can be higher. You go up to rank 5, I believe, and essentially what happens is at the top of the game here, at the highest level, a mushroom stew will fill you up almost as much as a steak, like a cooked steak, which is awesome. Bread will heal you like 5 haunches, which is will fill your hunger like 5 haunches, which is awesome because you'll have a crap ton of wheat. And if you do this method for leveling, you'll have a crap ton of mushrooms too. So it's useful. That's helpful. That's not as big of a deal as what the last one has the potential to be. Now, if you have enough Highly in Luck is what I'm talking about. If you have enough pots around, right? And it's for other things too. If you break different things, I'm not sure if I'll get it to work really so well with this kind of stuff, but oh, I just got a cocoa bean. It says the luck of Hyrule is with you today. So I got a cocoa bean from breaking grass. So if you walk around like in Zelda, you walk around and you break stuff with a sword, it has Highly in Luck. You can see it has a chance to give you some rare drops. Now, the best part is if you break clay pots. These are just flower pots, and so let's see what happens here. Oh, an emerald. Ha! What can you get out of this? You can get emeralds, diamonds, gold. There's a piece of gold, another one. So, I mean, it costs a lot in the pots, but you can turn, with this, essentially, you can turn clay into valuable materials, like into more valuable materials like emeralds, gold, diamonds, etc. So definitely something to think about. Again, in my opinion, the most useful MCMMO skill is blast mining, which is why I did that one first. But that gives you a really solid foundation on how to set up some stuff to get your herbalism grind on, and some of the stuff you can do with it. I hope that helps you guys. Definitely, if you want to check out more about it, there's some more detailed information on the GitHub page about herbalism than the MCMMO wiki. So check out both of them. And if you have any questions about how to set up the grinder, you want to see how I did this one in particular, or what this one's gonna look like when it's done, just let me know. If you have any questions, drop me a line in the comments. If you have a different favorite way of grinding, I would love to hear about it. Let me know what you guys prefer, and let me hear some success stories too. Anyway, that is it for this episode. Thank you, dudes, so much for taking a second to check it out. I hope you found it useful, and that's it for me for this episode. I'll catch you guys next time. Thanks again, dudes. It's TheeRealDuke, and I'm out.